it's Garrett, and in today's video I'm bringing you guys the top 5 designs of the week number 48. So I am feeling a lot better than I have been for the past few weeks and few days. I've had a lot of issues going on with my stomach and stuff like that. If you guys aren't aware of what's happening, you guys can check my Twitter for tweets about it, and then also my previous videos I talk about it. And lately I've been watching a lot of movies. I actually went to the movie theaters and watched Logan, one of the best movies I've probably watched about Wolverine. So I want to know what your guys' favorite movie is in the comment section below, because I'm going to be laying in my bed a lot after I upload this video, so I need something to watch. So just let me know in the comment section below what's your favorite movie and stuff like that. I also do want to say thank you guys so much for 17,000 subscribers. It's just really awesome that people subscribe to my channel, watch my videos daily, and everything like that. So that's about it. Let's get right into the top 5 itself. So the 5th place we have BehrDesign, who got 9.3 out of 10 on his manipulation poster. And first things first, this is a very creative piece. I really like the whole entire composition itself. I do enjoy how you create like the atmosphere of like the rain on top of him and stuff like that. I feel like it really matched the whole entire scene itself. It's too bad that the image itself didn't have like wet hair and stuff like that to kind of go along with it, but when you add that shadows on top of it, it really created that that rainy effect. So the few things I do want to talk about is the lighting that you did. You did a tremendous job on backlighting him, so everything in the back is more lit up than the front. However, there are some things that you should have really worried about when you're doing this. I like how you have the directional lighting coming from the moon down onto his back, onto the shoulder. But there's a few things that would have been lit up a little bit more, like the sword pieces would have been a little bit more lit up just because it's in front of that shield piece. And then also behind his arms, like his shoulder blades and stuff like that, would have the light would have wrapped around his body just a little bit more. But you did a really good job because you have the lighting on part of his arm, so it kind of creates that cool depth feel, and then also the lighting that goes across his body, it's bouncing off the shoulder piece, kind of wrapping around his whole body. So overall, it's a really good job, man. You had a very good understanding of this whole entire thing. I did see the original image. You guys can see it in the description as well. That it's a really cool transformation. It's a really cool scene. I really like the raining effects and everything like that. You put a lot of time and effort into this, I can see, because you have raining bouncing off the armor pieces. So really good effects, man. Really good style. I do like the signature again. I do want to compliment you on that. The signature in the bottom right is very professional. But other than that, you did an insane job, and you got yourself a 9.3 in a 5th place. So the 4th place we have Wook Yu, and he did a social media design for himself, I believe. And I gave him a 9.6 out of 10 on this one. And the first thing I want to say is it's actually a very cool piece. It's very creative and very new. And it's a very good style. It's coming around, on Twitter and in the COD community nowadays. It's a very good glowy, kind of cool contrasting colors on top of each other. So what I do want to say is you did a little bit too much glow around some things like the leaves and also on the text. My image that I had to use is a little bit, the quality is a little bit taken down just because I had to enlarge it. When you send it to me, the image is really tiny. But the overall, man, this is actually really cool. I do want to say that the logo in the middle is pretty dope. It's a really cool effect to kind of add your own logo on top of your own text. But I do want to say is the social media stuff on the bottom just looks a little bit weird. I feel like it's in a very weird place and it's very hard to read with the bright lights on top of it. So maybe fixing up some of that stuff, and then also fixing the kind of really bright glowing stuff around the corners could really help. But other than that, man, you did an insane job. Just little fixes could have really helped your piece out, but everything else looks amazing, so good job. So the 3rd piece we have Orzo FX. He got a 9.7 out of 10 on this one, and this is for Jade Domo, a very cool retro 3D 80s theme header. And I thought this is actually a very unique style just because it's including a lot of 3D effects on top of 2D. Now this is something that you don't see every day, is this kind of 3D effects. It's very unique that I thought, and I thought this was actually a really cool piece. There's just some things that I thought you could have maybe tried out. If it looked bad, then I'm sorry, but I think they would look very good. Is creating more of a 3D text to kind of put in the middle to kind of match the home depth feel, and then also the kind of circles and squares and triangle textures and stocks around it. And then also there's this frappy text in the top left hand corner. I thought that if you take that out and then take that rectangle stock you have on the right hand side of that and flip it, it would look a lot better, just because that frappy text kind of looks a little bit weird going around with everything else. It's a little bit more noticeable and a lot more easy to read than your Domo text, so it's kind of like your eyes going back and forth and doesn't know what to do. But it's a really cool effect, man. I thought this whole entire style is really sick. I really do like the whole entire color scheme, and I really like how it's a 3D effect. It's kind of having this cool glitchy and ripple effect to it. Very unique. It's very cool. I want to congratulate you on this one, and it's a very awesome style. Keep on doing it. Just take my consideration, and maybe try out some 3D text and then flip that stock, and you could come out with a whole entire different piece. So the second place we have Wolves GFX, who got a 10 out of 10, and this is this 1 out of 2 of the 10s on my top 5 this week. It's a really awesome entries, and I was on to say thank you guys so much for submitting your stuff. Even if you guys don't think you're gonna get in, you guys can still submit. There's always room to improve, and there's always ways you can get in, whether it be a web design, app design, UI, social media, logo design. The list can go on forever. But basically, let's talk about Wolves, and this is actually a really cool 3D, whole entire modeled piece for Synergy. And I want to say first things first, man, is the whole entire render itself was done extremely well. I feel like it has a very good flow to it, and nothing's too bouncing out into you, and everything has that kind of cool matching effect. How it has like the spines coming around the logo, and then also in the corners and stuff like that. And then you have the Reaper X, or like the little wires coming around that match to everything else. So there's one thing I do want to say is the kind of purples and oranges you have is a very good color scheme that bounces off of each other. However, I think that you should have maybe added a little bit more of a purple glow. I can see you did it in some areas, but it's not as noticeable as the orange. So maybe making that purple just pop up out a little bit more could have helped, but everything else done was really nice. I like how you have the kind of glowing effect on the top coming down on top of it. And overall, man, I thought it was a very good piece and it's a very good design. You got yourself a 10 out of 10 in a second place. So the first place we have Jesperish, who did a kind of cool manipulation at social media design for himself. I gave him a 10 out of 10 on this also, and this is a very unique piece and it's very well constructed. So the first thing I do want to say is there are some things that looked a little bit weird. There's like, it's not like your whole entire placements and stuff like that. It's just the way that some things came into each other. Like you can see on the bear nose that it looks a little bit weird how it has that kind of tree coming in front and the acorn. It kind of looks like he's in front of everything else and the acorn's just kind of like in front of him. It's just a weird thing on how everything kind of laid out. But other than that, man, you did an insane job. Everything went really well, nicely together. I do like the whole entire color correction you used above it, just because it's a very unique color. It's kind of like a mint feel to it. Everyone else would have used the regular standard colors and then took the brightness and contrast up and then the exposure and stuff like that. But you did a very good original color scheme, and I feel like it went really well with your whole entire style, with your logo in the middle and then also everything else around it. So you did an insane job. There's nothing else bad to say about it. I just feel like some things were just laid out in front of each other a little bit weird. You can see like some trees have a little bit more kind of glow around them and then pop up in front of someone and then behind the other person. And I just feel like it's just a weird layout about it. But everything else is done really, really nicely, man. You did a good job on your whole entire piece. And I want to say thank you guys for submitting your work. So that's going to be it for this week's top 5. Like I said, guys, if you guys want to submit your work, there's going to be a form in the description below. Anyone can submit their designs. It doesn't have to be good or bad, just anything. And please try to submit something else in social media design. I'm getting a little tired of looking at Twitter headers every day. But if you guys want to submit that, you guys totally can. Of course, the link is in the description below. If you guys did like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up on the whole entire video itself. Subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comments below if you guys would have placed things differently or if you guys like the way I placed it at all. So that's going to be it for this week's top 5. Just like I said, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my later on videos. Peace out.